No, not that one. We could be live right now. See, are we live yet? Ah! It seemed to. Okay, so now I get to do this fun thing. I think I've almost got it figured out how to do this. I think it does take a fair bit of nonsense and the making of another account, which I tried to do on the fly, but you know, the one data source knows all thing kind of sees it coming. All right, so we are here. What is this toast about? Toast? I toast you. I literally toast you. I actually really toast you in a second. New song in 1 hour. That's what we're here to do. And I promise you I haven't cheated. And I promise you that's been a great deal easier for me than it probably should be. What? Procrastinate on like creative work? Sure thing. Can do that all day long and hide from the emotional demons therein. All right, post the thing. Just post it. All right, so I genuinely haven't cheated. I genuinely haven't thought about what this song is, should, or could be. Hans! I see a Hans. There's a Hans. That makes me very happy. Hi, Hans. So if y'all have any way that you like to, okay, cool. I was just going to say, feel free to shout out if you would like a specific song today. I don't know what we're doing yet. So also, if you have ways to get hold of me through the magic box, I'm going to try to keep a weather eye on it in case somebody has a brilliant idea about what we should actually be doing here. What should we be actually doing here? Okay. Well, the timer is set. Let's not get crazy, kids. I am a little crazy. I kind of want all three of my beverages. Here. 1, 2. And I think I'm just doing this for effect at this point. Hydration in Colorado, it's important. So I think I intention this segment is something of a, I have some people train with me on how to write songs, and I wanted to kind of open up that process because one of the best ways to learn how to write songs is to witness somebody else's emotional, creative turmoil in doing so. So it's very, very important that I be unabashedly myself. So please excuse me. Because no songwriting happens with inauthenticity, right? Okay, I have a few criteria for what makes a good song. A couple of individuals have, been known in the past to make me in charge of curating nights and things like that. So what do I listen for when I'm judging my own material? Very, 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 very harshly. And also learning who's new and who do I want to pay attention to. My criteria are pretty straightforward of, you can see my lighting tricks in the frame. Okay. Not that I'm using them, right? Does it get stuck in your head right away? Oh, this is very glary. Does it lie? If so, is the lie a good lie? Does it have artifice in the lie? Is there a reason for lying? Is there truth? Or kind of even better, like slightly better. Now we can do this 40s like PI look with the shades. Is it telling the truth outright? Really uncomfortably so, in a way that hits you as a human and says, I'm just like that. I am all squishy and made of stuff as well. So that's what I'm going for as a songwriter. And normally this entire process happens on the phone. But really the most important thing about phone is just someplace to write stuff down, go analog, and someplace to record it. So I kind of optimistically pulled both instruments nigh, but since I'm still deer in the headlighting, I'm just gonna start with playing a guitar for a little bit and see what that brings up for me. Okay, so. Ooh, gotcha. All right. I feel like it would be cheating to write a blues, you know? I've written a few, but all music is formulaic. But that one is kind of a little too familiar for me, so I don't know if that would quite be the avenue to take. By the same tune, I could do a pop song and it would be just as formulaic. Or anything. Nobody is special. Music is a combination of the expected and the unexpected to get us to like it. I heard somebody smart say that once. Alright. The greatest trick about songwriting that I've ever learned is just how to write something that is going to make you feel okay with the world and happier about it, etc. Because we can write depressing songs all day long. And in fact, I would feel less comfortable doing that on this forum because the depressing songs are usually our audio catharsis processing. And I'm so not excited about the fact that that's unavoidable in songwriting and I'm doing it in a live setting, but I am excited. So, all right, number one rule of songwriting, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, like it, and move on. Songs just happen. Accept it and swim in them. So this is what wants to be born right now. Alright, for y'all following along at home, that's just G to C to G to D. Right, 1, 4, 1, 5. Nothing special. Right, I like that syncopation. Alright. So a big part of how I write songs is I just sort of listen for what's already there. And okay, so I know what I want to do. I've finally settled on what I want to do. I don't think I'm going to actually pull off the stated goal, but I've been meaning to start trying at American Pie. John McClane, one of the single greatest pieces of American songwriting ever. And one thing that gets me about it is every single line is a nuanced reference about pop culture, and it's got a banging chorus. Yeah, both just, you win. You win the songwriting game if you can do both of those things. So, this is the hard part. I knew this was going to be the hard part, right? And this is why I didn't outlaw intoxicants from this set. It's fresh from the garden. Glad you can't smell none of this. It's really good. Smells like dirt. The lyrics. Okay, so I'm gonna start using the pen thing just to convince myself that we've gotten to a stage where I can very artfully and arty have this split hanging out my mouth while I try not to bang up my already banged up guitar and I write down thingy. See? No, you can't see because I don't think you could even read my handwriting if I showed you. Thingy. And that's 1, 4, 1, 5 in G. So I like American Pie, and what I was thinking of, let me get there, is we go through this cycle. And I kind of want to go to the 4, and we might be going back to the same old pattern, but I'm going to put a different melody on top of it, or I want something that slips right into your mind's groove of where this pattern, like sympathetic groove. So maybe I'm going to keep over-intellectualizing this. I said that I would create a full song in an hour, right? I have 48 minutes. Shh, we're fine. So what was I going to do? Find a sympathetic set of chords to this first thing. Let's wagon wheel this. There are about 1,000 guitarists who automatically just had an eye twitch and know exactly what the progression to wagon wheel is. I'm not doing that. I'm glitching my memory. No, I'm not. Okay, I realized that one thing I got to do is avoid any suggestion of cover material in here, right? But here's the thing. Professional songwriting plays with other people's materials all the time. That thing where it's a mix of the expected and the unexpected. And it's not like you can go around stealing stuff, though people pretty much do. There's that whole thing of, what's it, like within 8 bars, you can have 8 bars of phrasing. And there's this great mathematical question floating around, have all the songs been written that could possibly be written? And I believe the answer to that was probably not, which tells you there's going to be a fair bit of repetition. And for this reason, that fine balance between art moving on and not, because the rights are too controlled. If somebody owned, for instance, chord progressions, we'd all be screwed. So I'm going to look up chord progressions for a certain song that has nothing to do with wagon wheel. Because that's fair game. Chords are fair game. Arrangement is not. Melody is not. Lyrics are not. Chords, I love Frankensteining material. So we might look up this, and then we might look up another one if really need be, to get us all the way to maybe if there's this thing is so complicated as to have a bridge. It's all theoretical at this point. Right, so that's kind of what I was thinking we were going to end up doing. So we got... I'm hearing this is like a verse 2 or second half of verse type thing. No, we wouldn't hang on that so much. And we go to 4 for that big hallelujah feeling. I don't know if I can deal with that for a full pass. Okay, so that is exactly what I want there. That's the reward for all the feel goods right there, coming from that 4 to the G, to the B, to the E minor. Let's see. Oh, I'm not even being clever. It does go to the thing that I'm thinking of that I'm totally not ripping off, but I'm totally looking up the chords to right now. It does go to the C, so I'm not even they can deal with 2 rounds of this schmaltz. But it's such good schmaltz flavor. Okay, if you end up watching this footage and are a songwriter and understand the premise of this, you knew going into this that I was going to end up reverting to a probably simple pattern. Deep in your dark little soul, you knew if I was going to take on the risk of pulling this off in an hour, I was going to do one of those things, and I've heard some brilliant mashups of just another song where you could take about 1 million melodies and chunk it on top of that progression, and it would be that song. So don't worry, the originality is going to happen. I still have to come up with lyrics for these things. Hi, Cameron. Oh my God, that is the actual music snob that I was thinking of. Right, we'll do a jazz next time. If I get the guts to do this next week, then I will make me feel insecure. I will get the piano in frame and we will do a jazz. Don't make me play jazz on guitar, and I need to hug something right now. So. All right, still, okay, I'm going to put it down. I'm going to put it down for a second. And actually, I'm kind of glad that I still have my phone so I can actually be pretty transparent about what my process is really like. Because I kind of like to split my brain into a few different writers. Okay, so Guitarist V came in and laid down just some of the most predictable chordatures in the freaking world. Okay, so Lyricist V is going to come in next. So to give her something to work in so I don't have to do 2 things at the same time, my little brain, I'm going to record just that snapshot. Sorry, you've already heard this bunches. You're gonna hear it a bunch more before what time is it? 7. Okay, cool. Okay. So I got a recording of it. I didn't realize. I really should have examined this bit of strange, fucked up humor in myself a bit more. That I was, if any of them cared to tune in, I'm looking at you, brah. That I was going to drive about 24 of my friends absolutely crazy because we all hear that progression. It's just nothing good happens of that progression, right? We get 20 minutes of that chorus and the audience is insanely happy, but we have collectively all put in about 18 hours of our time on Wagon Wheel and we're all done. So that song ain't gonna be way to build myself up for a challenge. Now it really has to not be Wagon Wheel. Okay. Also how it suddenly got like 1,000,000 degrees in Colorado. Okay. I'll take it. This farmhouse is ventilated. All right, so Music V came in and did her thing, or at least first part of just musician brain. Actually, for a representative of guitarist brain, that was pretty excellent. Anyhow, no originality. Now I have to do that thing where I actually pull up words and meaning from my heart and fit it onto that jaunty little tune. So I'm gonna act like I'm getting this fresh, like it's just a lyric job. Oh, it's coming from, oh, another guitarist wants another set of lyrics on another set of these chords. Fabulous. All right. I'm not jaded, you're jaded. Okay, I have an idea. We're not going to go as predictable as has already been made painfully obvious. We can make this contemporary. Any of y'all know Dawes? I love Dawes. I'm so obsessed with Dawes. Made me want to quit a little bit. Him, Jason Isbell, Amanda Shires for that matter. But Dawes has a really contemporary touch for talking about stuff that I really like. And I really like it because it's no bullshit. Right? So we are going to write something. That verse is going to go on for a while. I think I want that verse as neutral as it is, so it can be just sort of a cracker for me to put lyrics on. Okay. So, I made this public and I still don't want to say what I'm thinking. I'm not going to have a choice here in a second. While this blares, I'm going to be writing down these thoughts and I'm going to be trying so hard not to edit. Okay. Let's talk about drugs, because that's a wonderful adult contemporary topic and also one way, maybe it's cheating, but I have yet to work benzodiazepine into a song and hashtag goals. So, okay. So now we're going to get into the lyrical weeds, where this doesn't make a very good show, and I really didn't think about this ahead of time, right? So, snap. I'm going to listen one more time, then I'm going to pick up the guitar. I might go to the piano for a second and rehash what I've got with these lyrics that I'm scratching out. And I swear, you saw this page before. I didn't have it like a stock page. The lyrics are fresh. They're real. Okay. So a big part of the trick with writing lyrics, especially quickly, especially on a professional basis, main rule, don't overthink it, but you look for the rhyme. And as soon as you find one that syntactically makes sense, go with it. Is one of the best pieces of advice that I can give on the subject, and not just because it might be indicating part of the truth of what's going on in your subconscious. Please write down. And I might be cheating a little bit because this is a quick experiment. Oh, damn. Okay, so this is going to be a good song because a good song makes you go, ah! I don't want to think about that truth. Ah! That hurts. Okay. Okay. As they came true. Sweet. No, this isn't a piano song. There are no accidentals. Actually, that's not true. I'm just flailing with my pinky on the guitar, but I wouldn't be able to say which accidentals they are. Blues on piano is hard. Hard. You have to like be creative and know scales and stuff. Ew. You can't just like block chords. Cool. All right, so good song makes you make this face when you're writing it. I don't want to say these truths. And whatever melody comes out of my mouth is gonna have to be the right one. When you went away, snow was coming down, and I was worried about when. Nope, that's not it. Okay, it was worth a shot. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that gets you to turn off the editor, but maybe I should be more formal about it, because that does help. Because part of the trick here is I'm condensing what would normally be punctuated with like trips out to the garden or going and reading something or listening to a comedy special or something to break up just me focusing on this. So that's part of the tight wire act here. I'm going to formally switch over. Lyric V is going to go away, right? Lyric V is sitting in the corner over there. And singer V is going to go, shh, these lyrics don't flow at all. What on earth? There are too many syllables. And what are you doing? Because that's the job that singer V usually has in the world. Anyhow, let's see. Simplify our intro so I can just catch it. When you went away, snow was coming down, and I was worried about when you were too. And where we used to play, we burned the place right down, and those dreams melted as they came true. I'm trying to smush them in there, but I should have recorded that because I've been saying, oh no, there's a recording and I'm going to record this thing. It's going to be fine. I can't play it back right now. So the main thing that I liked about that was sort of, I don't know, like y'all theory people can probably tell me what that is doing rhythmically that I like so much with the syncopation. But all right, cool. I'm going to move on. And now I'm going to just sing that over and over again until I get new ideas on how the chorus is the thing that should feel the best to sing. It's where the voice takes off. And that's why part of why you want to sing it over and over. And the other, it's like looking at a star. Sometimes you can't look at it directly or it fades away. The chorus is the thing that you want to say over and over again, that you really, really mean from the bottom of your soul. So no pressure. Oh, yeah, and I kind of, it's going to end up being more jazzy because this is driving me crazy. It's a little too low. When you went away, snow was coming down, and I was worried about when you were too. All right, so maybe we jazz it up. And so this is why I really do have to write things down. Otherwise, my fingers did it, and I'm like, what do my fingers know, right? Going back and forth between G, C, G. G, C, G. Those letters look very similar. G, C. And that's at least our intro. So I can actually start writing things that hint at structure, like intro and verse. So, when you ran away, snow was coming down, and I was worried about when you were too. So that's simple enough. That keeps it even, although I think I want to hang on that C for an extra hold. And one of my favoriteest parts about songwriting is how songwriting fits into a really conversational band in our consciousness. I think it's one of the things that we all instinctively appreciate the most about songwriting is that when someone you love is speaking to you, like your family, you have a language with the people that you love where it's all very tonal, right? It's not just Chinese, all language is tonal. And I think a good song nails the inflections. And that's part of why I came to terms with being boring a while ago, because we're just talking, right? I'm not trying to be Zappa in conversation. Different night, not this one. Okay. So I think I like that E minor. Yeah, let's see, and that's our verse structure. Okay. All right, I'm feeling kind of good. I tell people who are learning how to do this, if you can get to the chorus, you're not even halfway there. You're 80% of the way there. So Pareto principle applies. I'm already behind. 80% takes 20% of the time. This thing's going to be hard to finish. So now I actually start looking at the clock seriously. Why now? Okay. Maybe keep this as an intro. When you ran away, snow was coming down, and I was worried about when you were too. When we used to play, we burned that blaze right down, and those dreams melted as they came true. That's where we have to avoid it, because I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. This has the build that I want it to into that chorus, and now it's going to be a bit of a trick, avoiding going into an established trope of that. So I'm going to have musician V take over, and just singer V is pretty used to this stuff. I haven't consciously divided my personality in parts that do jobs. DID reference, not joking at all. I'm fine, swear. Anyhow, I'm going to have me write what I just sang, and I really should have recorded it to save you all this trouble, but I'm going to consciously hush and go into the chorus form so I can hear it like I didn't write it. Okay. Spare us a long intro. When you ran away, snow was coming down, and I was worried about when you were too. And when we used to play, we burned that blaze right down, those dreams fell apart as they came true. All right, cool. Easy important. This is why we're like put down the guitar, get up, walk around. I have seedlings coming out of my ears, transplant a seedling. But we're doing this all smushed together. So I'm just going to listen back on that. Okay. Cool. This is repetitious. I'm aware it's maybe not the most riveting form of entertainment, but we'll have a new song at the end. And I was worried, Feeling very Van Morrison today, apparently. We burned that place right down those dreams. That's rough. That doesn't flow like it should, but I like the rhyme. Too true. Too true! Ha! I'm glad to provide procrastination while I procrastinate. All right, so I'm getting stuck. And if I'm going to get stuck, I am so stubborn. I can totally just knock my head up against the wall for ages. So I'll let work on second bridge. The second verse instead, right? Okay, instead of that's one way to get to a chorus. This is me right now. I'm not hiding anymore. Alrighty. So by the time I write out the second verse, I will have refined out what it means to me to write in the chorus, and I'll probably have to finish this up. We'll see if we get to a bridge. Okay, so this is why I say by the time you get to the chorus, most of the song is done, because now that verse liveth. And it's like, well, obviously there is a rest of that song. I kind of believe that songs exist like dreams in the BFG, where you kind of go find them with a butterfly net. Okay, it's like, okay, so we found this song. The song chose to come through. How does the rest of it go, right? It's kind of like a puzzle. And like a puzzle, we have big chunks of it already set out for us. If you like word puzzles, you're probably not bad at lyrics, because it's a lot of playing with, what's it called, meter. I believe that's what I went to school to use the word for, meter. You playing with meter is a lot, just math, counting, but with words. So when you went away, oh, I like that. Okay, so same rule of not overthinking it. First thing that comes that I can think of to rhyme with away. So some sunny day. All right, and then we do that thing where we're like being automatons and that we're following a pattern that's already been set, but checking in with the real human who actually has something to say about something. Snow is coming down, sunny day. See your face in town. No, and I was away, no day. Okay, this is making me go back and rewrite my first verse, because I'm seeing that last line that I was stumbling on, those dreams melted as they came true. Melted is a fun poetic word because it makes you slow down, but not helpful for where I need it in the song, because I kind of need that lyric to move pretty fast. So those dreams cracked as they came true. And that'll let me phrase that ending rhyme all Conway Twitty, and I'll be really satisfied with that. Some sunny day, I see your face in town, and I know. Okay, so my instinct is wanting to say, and I'll know. So what will I know? Fine. Don't overthink it. We only have 30, 20, 25, 24 minutes to go. All right. See your face in town, and I'll know. All right. I'm gonna. If you know this story, you're gonna start knowing what I'm talking about. If you're my personal life, but you're gonna play along anyhow. So some sunny day, I see her facing down, and I know. Don't overthink it. It's time to jam. About a bandmate that was how bands are like families, and how that they can get in your heart and soul just on the level of family members. Once you really start playing music with somebody, this is what this song is now turning into. which was weirdly appropriate because it's so specifically hard to get together and play music with our band families. And I know that like this whole community of us is feeling that, and it sucks. It's a jam. All right, so I have 3/4 of my verses done. If I can, it's not. I'm dubious of the entertainment value of this part, but I'm gonna finish out the second verse. So, but some sunny day, I see your face in town, and I know that it's time to jam. No one said it was going to be a terrifically deep song, and that I was actually going to pull off a Dawes live on camera. What you hide away. All right, now I'm starting to mix in multiple situations.
But that doesn't matter to anybody but me because it's coming out of my consciousness. Woo!
What you hide away. Throw in a Bible verse because don't overthink it. Cast your pearls upon the ground. And we can actually make that flow, I think, because, you know, Bible verses tend to have a really lovely flow. It's part of how they've endured for a couple millennia now. Okay, don't cast your pearls. No, same with all scripture. It's poetry. Anyhow, not that scripture isn't deeply important and devout, etc. I'm not cynical, you're cynical. Okay, but while you hide away, you cast your pearls on the ground. Sometimes I think the songs are actually teaching me, you know, stuff that I'm not telling myself. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at this more closely. But for right now, I'm not overthinking it. Okay, don't you know? What don't I know? I don't know what I know at this point. Don't you know? All right, and jam, lamb, ham, cam, sam, bam, tam. This is a surprising amount of my job. No, it's time to jam. Didn't you know? It's gonna be a good line. I can tell because I'm hiding from it. Okay, so let's 20 minutes to go. I gotta write that chorus. So I gotta figure out what that chorus does. So I'm gonna go over my verses a couple of times. Listen hard on them. Maybe find out what that last takeaway line, the second verse, you know, some lines are weighted more than others. And that chorus. When you went away, also I should be recording this. Habits to have as a songwriter, always be recording. Always be recording. When you went away, snow was coming down, and I was worried about when you were too. When we used to play, we burned the place right down, and those dreams crashed as they came true. I'll fix that. know, I honestly don't trust myself to do the thing where I try to run through that second verse without not just the concussions. I need to be like, okay, what was that?
Is important.
That's wrong thing. Still the wrong thing. Works for me. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, cool. So lyrically, you can now go back into work because that's gonna be stuck in my head now that I've confirmed that it exists. Hush thingy. Anyway, it's a little Disney. It's a little dizzy. Also, yes, it's a little Disney. Fight me. It's not actually Disney as far as I can tell, but it has that. I'm a sucker for pop because pop means popular, because pop is kind of like our basic recipes from around the world that tend to be made of fairly similar ingredients, and they're all tasty. Simple food can just feed you better than anything else. Okay, so well, that's gonna just make a good desk chant. Maybe I'll do a thing where I produce this out. But first of all, 16 minutes to go. All right, so okay, inventory. Where's my beer? Get my beer. Well, actually, but I can put anytime I want. I mean, everybody's drinking, right? I mean, yeah, we've all been riffing on this, and I'm not going to be the only one left out. So, we have first verse done, Bill. Second verse done, except for the takeaway line leading into the second chorus. We have our chorus melody done. If I can figure out that's about 9 lines more worth of lyrics, we could call this done. Especially if I write some sort of nonsense melodic bridge. Shh, I'm not saving time. Okay. Sorry, that was my head processing. Lyrics are kind of an internal thing. I don't know why I thought this would be so entertaining. All right, so I think I might keep that melodic though. Yeah, okay, that's staying melodic. Not all of that, right? So I want to go. Does that fit? Okay, I had a thought, and I'm doing a thing where I'm looking back at my own work, being like, does that fit? No, it doesn't. I had something kind of trite in my head, and I would like something that feels more low-key, you know, more real. So, or not, or this works really well, I think, and I'm just going to go with it because 15 minutes to go, less than. Dang, okay. Oh, stranger, where did you go? You're coming home again. All right, I can live with that. Cause I have to, because we have a bridge to do. Stranger, where did you go? You're coming home again. And I've been listening to Plans like a lot, so I'm gonna listen to that. Thinking is at least the way I relate that in my brain. With ooh, stranger, where did you go? And are you coming home again?
the bastards won't get you down.
Oh, I want to work that line in. I hope the bastards don't okay. Yeah. Woo! Sorry, that just was so coherent there. I know, but good stuff happened, right? Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Are you coming home again? Ooh, hang on. Does that just work the way I'm thinking of it? Ooh, stranger, where did you go? Are you coming home again? Ooh, hang on. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Yeah, it's a chorus. Okay, sorry, I'm not excited. You're excited.
Everybody excited.
All right. Ooh, hang on. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Okay, I actually really like this song. This will live beyond this video. Okay. Okay, first thing you think of, this was me, what I was doing there was reading over. I'm still one line short of a verse, right? And it's gonna be like, it's a bit of the, the middle stone in an arch. It's kind of the important one. B knows architecture, right? Don't you know? Don't overthink it. Okay, so, it's a real song. You just saw it. So I'm gonna do this thing where I'm suddenly feeling just peachy for time, right? Because in my head, it's a thing. I did what I came here to do. So, and now I am going to just take it out of that chorus, which I'm going to spend some time really enjoying because, well, I'm expecting it to be something I actually felt and meant. Nice. And I'm gonna do that until I figure out, well, actually, I don't have to do that. I can piecemeal that up and just think of it as a chord exercise. Nope. No, well, we could actually get into some fun chords. We could have start having funsies here. Yeah, why not? We can have a natural B in there in our G thingy. Okay, so now we're gonna do out of the chorus bridge. I get to write down bridge. That means we're almost done. Bridge equals E minor, natural C, natural B, C, G. All right, that's starting a conversation. Anyhow, B, C, G. What other rules can we break in a small amount of time? Let's figure out if we can throw in a minor 4, because funsies. No. No. Okay, one more. All right, okay, I worked it in there, but we square holds round pegged that into E minor, C, C minor. All right, cool. That's me having to remember the thing. My fingers just did. C, C minor, hold to D chorus. And in my head, just figured out what other bit of homage I'm going to do. If you figure it out, shh. And I'm just going to try to run a whole 8 more minutes to go. A new song that didn't exist 59 minutes ago because I was late getting here and I talked a minute. All right, so
Pull up a new file for the new song because it's not just tidbits anymore.
I'm gonna totally forget that chorus. I'm gonna start by going over that chorus. Okay, let's do now. Okay. Hubris, it'll get you because I forgot the chorus. Right. Okay. I should have gotten 2 pieces of paper. I'm gonna have to do the really awkward flip in a minute. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm just feeling kind of nervous and being like, I want to check in with my first attempted verse so this to start. Because I like that. I don't really want to start. Right. Okay, those. I am pleased because I don't think I would have automatically put those 2 ideas together on my own before this one. So, okay. When you went away, snow was coming down, and I was worried about where you were too. When we used to play, we burned the blaze right down, and those dreams cracked as they came true. Ooh, stranger, where do you go? Now you're coming home again. Ooh, hang on. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Hey, hey, hey. So some sunny day, I'll see your face in town, and I'll know it's time to jam. While you hide away, don't cast your pearls on the ground. Don't you know we're always still fam? And ooh, stranger, where did you go? Now you're coming home again. Ooh, hang on. Don't let the bastards grind you down. It's a first past hour, find out on the next one, cause ooh, stranger, where did you go? Now you're coming home again. Ooh, hang on. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Ooh, stranger, where did you go? Now you're coming home again. Ooh, hang on. Don't let the bastards grind you down. counts. I could sure spend my last 3 minutes going back and making sure I know exactly what I want to happen on that bridge. But y'all get the idea, right? It's just kind of a thing that's there. And I'm just going to knock my guitar to pure crap now. Anyhow, Anyhow, I'm kind of excited. This is me being all word salady because that song just happened. And I have proof because now I have a neat little audio recording that tells me I have a pop brain. Like, I'm still from the 60s where pop songs have to be done at 3 minutes. So I'm like, yeah, nice night. Dude. Anyhow, this has been 1 hour, 1 new song, I think is what I attempted to call this. And we've achieved what we came here to do. And I'm gonna be really grateful to have that just stuck in my head for the rest of the night. Ooh. Oh, dude, thank you. I'm like, are you not wrong about that? Because let's find a producer for that, because I want to hear that actually legit. Hey, Alex. Anyhow, I apparently have even more work to do now after having kind of glad that I opened up this transparency to my process. It's great, boost in the confidence. No, not the confidence, but definitely in the motivation. This has been 1 hour, 1 song. I'm Veronique Van Pelt. I don't know what I was doing there, but forgive me. I'm a spaz on a good day, and my friends know that this is very, very deeply true. Anyhow, ooh, I got all those new song endorphins. That was excellent. Okay, to be continued. I think I'm going to do this next week. Stay home, stay safe. I do mean it. Yes, stop the broadcast.